You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, so
Yeah. It's following your heart. Like
hmm
that's where I'm at in this stage of life where it's just like, in the beginning, I don't know what I was chasing in my 20s. Lord knows I have no clue what I was chasing, but it was
same
something
here,
I would
same
never put my hands on. It was something that I was never gonna ever attain, okay? But
here.
now, it's a time in life where, you know, the key is really just following your heart and going with the flow. If it
hmm
feels good, let it feel good and do it. You know,
Yeah,
if it makes your soul happy, just do it. Because, like I said, you whatever it is that God put in you, He put it in you for a reason, and it was for
facts.
you to use it. We're not supposed to be down here just being unhappy, going through the motions. Like, nah, like it's actually something out here that's gonna make you happy from a real, genuine place, in your life, and it's just a matter
Yep.
of finding it. And once you're able to do that, like you said before, like I remember a younger version of me because I've been reflecting. This whole 30 thing got me
Right,
like
right. I hear
hard.
you. No, I hear you. I'm with you.
It got me doing hard, okay?
Man.
But it like doing it's like I'm thinking about like where I was 5 years ago. And like 5 years ago, I just started doing what it is that I do now. I was hating what I did before. And like now when I think about where I am now, it's just like, hold on, wait, these are like transition seasons.
hmm
It's like when I was like 25, I didn't really know what I was doing. Like I had to fix like the mistakes of my early 20s. Like I had to go fix
Right.
everything that I did in my early
Facts. No, I hear you on that, man.
clean it
Because the
up.
struggle
And
is
then,
real.
yeah, and then like 25 to 30, it's just like I cleaned up that mess that I made here. And it's just like, and it got better. So it's just like, so now I'm looking at 30, 35. It's just like, hold on, wait, it's a lot of potential to build on this and go even further. And then when I look around and I look at all of the people that are around me, like you said, that are doing amazing things, you know what I'm saying? Like Trenum just had the gun violence thing like this past weekend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That was great. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it was another guy that's been on the show before. He was on the 85 South show. They prototype, you can buy it now. When he was on the show before, it wasn't quite there yet. Now you can buy it,
Right.
put your hands on it and use it. It's like inspiration. There is no hate, there is no jealousy, there is no like it's like, nah, like look at them doing it. Let me go get mine.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. No, that's exactly how I feel too. Because I mean, like when you surround yourself with successful people, you by association pick up certain tendencies. Because like you said, like you see that these people are doing A, B, and C, but the question is, why can't you go out and do A, B, and C just as well? Like me personally, I'm a competitive person. I
Mm,
just am. You know what I'm saying? And so if I see one of my friends, you know, starting a business, or or they just doing something amazing, even if it's school, it ain't gotta be business.
right.
Even if they going back to school, or whatever the case may be, I look at it as, okay, so you doing that. I'm not about to be left behind. I'm not gonna do the exact same thing that you doing. But when we have a conversation, when we at that table, I'm gonna be able to talk that talk just like you are.
Yeah.
Regardless if it's, even though it's under a different, I guess you can say, like a different tree of what you're talking about. You may be talking about the business part of what you're doing or whatever, but I'm going to school for cybersecurity. So I'm gonna sit there and talk that talk with you, like, oh yeah, that's crazy that you mentioned, that you starting up a business. Fun fact: make sure that you do A, B, and C to make sure you protect your bank account, protect your employee records. You should probably look into downloading this program to protect sensitive information like your customer's credit card information, stuff like that. And so that's kind of how I look at it. And a lot of people, when you hear like someone say they're competitive, like, oh, you just trying to compete with them and you just want to be better than them. No, that's not it at all.
Nope.
It's just if we sitting at a table, I don't want to be the odd duck that's settled. That's my biggest pet peeve is when I feel like I've settled for just being just good enough.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm complacent, that's the word I'm looking for. Complacent. I
Right.
hate when I get to that complacent place because I feel like I'm getting left behind. And so, when you in that complacency,
Mm-hmm.
it's not a good feeling at all. It's like it's just a disgusting feeling, especially when you're around successful people.
Yeah.
Because you see them doing A, B, and C, and you just sitting there like, instead of feeling sorry for yourself, you go out, use your gift to the best of your abilities. Can't nobody do you better than you.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, so
Yeah.
like who gonna outdo you? You
Nobody
know,
can.
no, nobody can. And so it's just one of those things. You just gotta take your surroundings and I mean, just utilize them. Just utilize them. Even if I know, a lot of people, especially nowadays, social media is a big thing as far as, like with the young kids and how they look at these, rappers and everybody else, Instagram models and whoever else is on IG or Facebook or Snapchat or whatever, and they look at them and they like, I want that to be my life. But the thing is, are you willing to put in that work to get to that point?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you mess around and surpass it, you know?
Yeah.
And so, it's just, oh man, like I said, just the complacency part though. That's just I know that's a lot of, that's just one thing I know a lot of people have is when they feel that complacency and they
Mm-hmm.
feel like they're stuck, you're not stuck.
Not at all.
Really, yeah, I say use your surroundings, but use it as a tool, just like anything else. You use your surroundings as a tool. Don't use it as a crutch. That's just the main thing. Like I don't want nobody to get the misinterpretation. Like, well, that dude on your podcast said I was using my surroundings and I'm surrounded by nobody but bums. I'm like, no, 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 no. What I said was you use your surroundings so that way especially like where you don't want to be.
Mm.
Like if you live in somewhere where you like, oh well, this ain't the best place to be, or whatever the case is, use your surroundings to motivate you to be better,
Mm-hmm.
to take care of your younger siblings, to give them a better opportunity, or your kids, or whoever's in your life that's special. Use your environment as a motivation, and
Mm-hmm.
and use it to your ability to help pretty much catapult your gift to heights that you didn't even think was possible. And so yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like you gotta let your like take a snapshot of your life and really look at it. You know what I'm saying? Look at what you put
Hmm.
around, look at what you consume, look at what you what are you taking in? Because it can tell you a lot about where you are in your life, and it can really give you the clues of what you need to change and what's going
Yeah.
on. It can show you a lot. You know what I'm saying? If like even what you said about um that competition between friends, because it's like healthy competition and unhealthy competition. At the level
Yes.
that you're talking about, that's like healthy competition. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really not competition in a sense, it's really just motivation.
Yeah.
It's not like, it's just like, okay, like, I want to keep up. I don't want to get left behind. I'm trying to keep up. And I'm not trying to run your race. I'm not trying to keep up with you in the sense of I'm running your race too. It's just keeping
Hmm.
up in the sense of I'm running my race. I got to make sure I don't stop running my race because I want to continue elevating as a person. I don't want to be that person with nothing to say. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that's what brings that real competition, like those jealousy and those kind of feelings. That's where
Yep, that
those kind of
envy.
things comes from. Because if somebody like don't have much going on in their life, and you keep talking about all of the things that are going good
Yep.
in yours, it gets a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little weird.
Start eating at you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you feel those kind of things. And it's actually what's gonna amplify that feeling of being left behind. Because guess what happens on the other side? I can tell you, because if we going through the motions, and I feel myself elevating because I've been on both sides, and I feel
Right.
myself elevating. And every time I come and I'm talking to you, like, yeah, I got this going on, I got this going on, be like, what's going on with you? Nothing. That's nice for you. You know what I'm saying? You feel that, and you be like, let
Yep.
me go ahead get up, let me go ahead and get away with this. And then you actually see people start leaving you behind. So instead of feeling like you getting left behind, you could really use it as that motivation. Like, hold on, let me get in my lane and really start running my race. Because I don't like this feeling. But some people just kind of like sit in the feeling and allow it to keep them stuck. And that is that complacency. Like, you know, that victim mentality, like I can't go nowhere. No, you can. But
Yep.
just let that thing that's driving the jealousy be a motivator instead of a hindering factor. It's all about
Mm-hmm.
perception, really.
Oh yeah, 100%. And like a lot of times, one thing that I learned, now being in my 30s too, and one thing that I learned was in my 20s, I was too busy trying to sit at other people's tables.
You said
That was my biggest thing. That was one of my biggest flaws was I was trying to sit at someone else's table that they built. And it's just like being in somebody else's house. You can't run nobody else's house. You are a guest. And the same thing. When I'm if I'm following what my boys is doing and I come in late and I come to the table and I'm like, oh well, I think that the silverware should go over there and then y'all should do the cups over here and this, that, the other. I don't have no right to do that. That's the table that they built. I needed to build my own table because can't no one else tell me how my table is supposed to be set. If I'm bringing in people, they're going to sit down at this table and they're going to follow the rules at this table. That's just what it is.
mm-hmm.
And, like you said, just going back to it just goes back to getting in your own lane. A lot of times, you're right. A lot of times people get envious and jealous of their friends or whoever it is success because they are, and then they get stuck.
Yeah.
And it just goes back to you wasting too much time worrying about somebody else's gift and not trying to improve yours.
Yeah.
Like you can't have it both ways. You can't stalk somebody and then try to live your life. Like no, like you're the reason why you stalking them. Most of your time is consumed in watching what they doing.
Right.
So while you're still envious and you got hatred in your heart and you spitting venom every time that they try to bring good news,
Mm-hmm.
all that time you spent, building up that hate, you could have been improving your craft.
Iron
You
could
could
have
have
been
been,
sharpening
you
iron.
know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you could have been studying for that real estate license, getting that degree, trying to get that promotion at work.
Yeah. And it's real because you know what I'm saying, when you're not in that mode, it allows you to make so much progress.